The French aren't just known for fashion, they're known for how they wear it. And fall 2025 might be the clearest reminder yet that true French style was never about trends. It was about timing, taste, and tone. Welcome to the ultimate guide to French fashion, fall 2025, where elegance isn't a costume, it's a mindset. Because while the rest of the world jumps from one aesthetic to the next, the French woman stays rooted. Not in nostalgia, but in knowing who she is. And that, more than any item of clothing, is what makes her style timeless. Fall 2025 in France is quieter than ever, but don't confuse quiet for soft. This isn't about being gentle, it's about being intentional. The French silhouette this fall, elongated, grown, assured. She's not rushing anywhere, not to be seen, not to go viral. And it shows. Every piece she wears holds meaning. Nothing is accidental. From her undone hair that's actually perfectly done, to her layers that look effortless but took a lifetime of taste to perfect, there is a refusal this season to look try-hard, and a return to the kind of fashion that comes from intuition, not imitation. While global fashion still glorifies exposure and performance, French Fall 2025 is built around mystery, around the idea that what you hide can often be more powerful than what you show. Around the belief that confidence isn't loud, it's anchored. And that's why you're seeing longer lengths, sharper tailoring, heavier fabrics worn with restraint. Not to disappear, but to distinguish. There's no need for explanation. French fashion doesn't explain, it implies. Fall 2025 is also about control. Not in a rigid way, but in the way the French woman carries herself. Shoulders back, voice low, gaze clear. Her outfit doesn't ask for approval. It makes a statement even when silent. That's why French style never dies, because it's not pretending to be anything it's not. It's not trying to shock or seduce, it's trying to live well. And in 2025, living well means not chasing trends, but building a wardrobe that reflects your values. Ease, grace, precision, privacy, and power. At GTWJ, we believe fashion is communication, and the French are fluent. So if you're stepping into fall 2025 unsure what to wear, start with this question. What am I trying to say without speaking? Because that's the essence of French style. And this season, it's more relevant than ever. Follow at GTWJ Mag for more deep dives, fashion psychology, and cultural style decoding. This isn't about looking Parisian. It's about understanding why it works and letting that shape your own style story. And here's the truth most don't want to admit. French fashion in fall 2025 isn't about minimalism. It's about selectivity. It's not that she wears less, it's that she wears only what matters. That's why the French woman doesn't obsess over capsule wardrobes or force herself into a Pinterest core aesthetic. Her closet isn't performative, it's personal. Built over time, worn over and over, loved until it becomes part of her identity. And that's the shift we're seeing now. The death of the identity crisis in fashion, and the rise of curated self-expression. Because when you know yourself, you don't need rules, and you certainly don't need to be told what's in this season. Instead, you edit, you refine, you remove everything that isn't you. That's the psychology of French dressing. It's less about clothes, more about consciousness. Why does she look so effortless? Because she isn't trying. Why does she look so expensive, even in basics? Because she chooses quality over flash every time. Why do people describe her as magnetic without being able to explain why? Because mystery is part of her style language. And in fall 2025, that language is fluent. It's also a rebellion, a soft, graceful one, against fashion that screams, against looks that are desperate for validation, against trends that age faster than they're posted. This is fashion as resistance, to chaos, to overexposure, to trying too hard. Fall 2025 French fashion is about keeping something for yourself. It's about not putting your entire identity on display. And in a world obsessed with visibility, that quiet confidence is disarming. That's why you won't see exaggerated silhouettes, ironic statements, or skin for clicks in this space. You'll see intention. You'll see control. You'll see restraint worn with ease. Because French fashion isn't afraid to be boring to the algorithm, it's designed to be unforgettable in person. At GTWJ, we believe this is where fashion is headed. Not into louder trends, but into deeper meaning. Dressing not just to look good, but to feel dignified. That's the power of fall 2025 French style. And if you're craving a wardrobe that makes you feel clear, grounded, and elegant without saying a word, start here. Follow at GTWJ Mag for more of this kind of fashion, not just what to wear, but why it matters. Because, let's be honest, most people today don't dress for themselves. They dress for approval, for the next Instagram story, for likes, for strangers, and it shows. You can spot it instantly. Outfits that are loud but empty, a mess of trends with no soul, too much makeup, too much skin, too many accessories, like they're scared to be normal, scared to be understated, scared to be ignored. But here's the uncomfortable truth no one wants to admit. Real style doesn't beg for attention, it commands respect. That's why the French woman isn't chasing the next core or hype drop. She's not watching TikTok hauls or trying to copy some influencer's Zara outfit. She's not trying to look 20 years younger or dress like the whole world is watching her. Because she knows, when you dress with elegance, you never look outdated. Fall 2025 is the year women are finally saying, I don't want to look like I'm trying to be hot. I want to look like I have standards. Because being admired for your dignity is so much more powerful than being looked at for your body. Because seduction without mystery isn't seduction at all. It's just exposure. Because the most expensive looking woman in the room is rarely the most naked one. This is why brands like the Row, Kate and Loro Piana are growing. Because real wealth doesn't shout, it whispers. And people are listening. It's also why in French fashion you'll never see identity outsourced to logos or trends. You'll see the woman first. The clothes are an extension, not a costume. She wears the same cashmere sweater 40 times and it looks better every time. She wears a perfectly tailored pair of trousers, not because it's trendy, but because it works. She'll wear a scarf like it's a signature, not a styling trick. And the result? You remember her. Not her outfit, her. That's the French secret. They dress like they matter, like their presence is enough. And no flashy outfit, no viral trend, no sexy cutout dress can compete with that kind of energy. Fall 2025 isn't about standing out. It's about standing above. If you're tired of fashion that makes you feel like a walking product, if you're done with trying to impress people who don't even see you, if you're craving elegance with depth and identity with peace, this is your season, and French fashion is your blueprint. GTWJ will always stand for fashion with meaning, and this fall we're not dressing to be seen, we're dressing to be remembered. Follow at GTWJ Mag for more fashion that elevates, not just decorates. Because at the end of the day, people might compliment your dress, but they'll never forget how you carried it. French fashion is less about what you wear, and more about how you wear it. The subtle confidence, the unbothered posture, the unshakable sense of self. It's not performative, it's internal. And that's why it's timeless. A French wardrobe doesn't revolve around impressing others. It revolves around dressing in alignment with your values. Clothes that serve you, not the algorithm. Silhouettes that enhance your movement, not your likes. Textures that feel good on your skin, not just on camera. And here's something brutally honest. Most people aren't ready for this shift. Because it forces you to know yourself, to stop hiding behind trend cycles, to stop proving your worth through brands or hype or beauty tricks. That's why French fashion looks effortless, because it isn't trying to be anything it's not. It's rooted, grounded, selective. It's the opposite of anxiety dressing. And right now, in 2025, we are surrounded by fashion anxiety. Am I trendy enough? Is this too basic? Will this make me look rich, sexy, interesting enough? But the woman who embraces French style is no longer asking those questions. She's asking, do I love this? Does this reflect me? Would I wear this if no one was watching? And when the answer is yes, that's power. That's the kind of woman who walks into a room and doesn't need a statement piece. She is the statement. So let the world keep chasing trends. Let them keep swapping aesthetics every 3 months. Let them wear outfits that scream, look at me, while saying nothing else. You'll be dressed like a woman who knows exactly who she is. And in a world obsessed with more, that kind of restraint is revolutionary. At GTWJ, we're not just reporting fashion, we're reclaiming it. As a language, as an art, as a mirror of culture and identity. And this fall, the French way is leading the quiet revolution, because when your wardrobe reflects your values, not your insecurities, you don't just look good, you live better. Follow at GTWJ Mag for more grounded, elegant and meaningful fashion. We're not dressing to be loud, we're dressing to be undeniable. And that's exactly why French fashion endures. It doesn't need to trend, it simply exists above the noise. While other styles get louder, sexier, bolder and more confused, French fashion becomes quieter and stronger. Every piece has purpose, every look has integrity, because elegance isn't accidental, it's a choice. French style this fall 2025 is not about buying new things, it's about choosing better. It's about investing in pieces that respect your life, not just your image. It's about waking up in the morning and reaching for clothes that serve you, not impress strangers. Clothes that say, I know myself, not please like me. The truth is, when you're chasing attention, you lose yourself. But when you dress with clarity, you command respect without ever asking for it. That's why French fashion rejects the hypersexual outfits flooding your feed. It's not because it's conservative, it's because it's intentional. It values allure over exposure, suggestion over show. It believes that the most powerful woman in the room isn't the one revealing the most, it's the one who knows she doesn't need to. And that's what most of the world is waking up to, quietly, elegantly, one outfit at a time. This fall, don't ask what's in style, ask what story am I telling through how I dress? Is it a story of confidence or insecurity, depth or distraction, self-respect or self-display? French fashion doesn't scream, it whispers, and those who understand it always hear it loudest. GTWJ is here to remind you, trends fade, culture shifts, attention moves fast, but personal style, that's forever. That's the power of dressing with meaning. Follow at GTWJ Mag for more timeless, thoughtful fashion, because in a world addicted to attention, subtlety is the ultimate rebellion.